All right, it's time for our fourth big money tip in the big money series. I'm combining two together because I really do think that they are very connected. So this is a way for me to double dip and add almost two tips together. But the reason why I'm adding them together is because I really do believe that they go hand in hand, and I'll explain a little bit more. So you get to, and I haven't talked about this in the series, so we'll just add it in here because, hashtag flawed and fabulous. I do want you to define what is the next level of big money for you. So if you're used to making $1,000 a month or $10,000 a month, and you can just take top line revenue to make it easy, is my quick recommendation. If you want to change that, you can. Or if it's a certain amount of clients, you can play with this. But what is that next level of big money for you? So we actually have a clear sales target. So I have not addressed that, and I felt called to just sprinkle it in. Yes, we're on number 4, but it's never too late to mention that to you. And so the very specific tip that I have for you here is we've got to have big marketing and big networking. You get to market and network your butt off. Now, this doesn't have to be exhausting. It doesn't have to be draining. It doesn't have to be blah. Actually, it will work way better when you are so madly in love with your content, when you are having the time of your life making new friends, networking, whether that be in person or online or a mixture of both. But your network is your net worth. I have been really leaning into my network recently and challenging myself to ask for favors because I do not do it enough. Anytime somebody comes to me and they ask for a favor, I'm like, oh, absolutely. Let me, spend whatever amount of time doing that. And anything I can do. I'm here to be a resource. I am so willing to help as much as I possibly can. And typically that will be a tip or pointing you in the right direction, or, a lot of times an introduction if I can. And so again, giving and receiving, I'm I get to practice, asking for some favors. And nothing uncomfortable, but hey, do you know of anyone? Can you introduce me? And some of the most beautiful things have been happening recently. People genuinely want to help. And guess what? I've done it and then people don't respond, and that's okay. They're busy. When we just don't take anything personally, I love that in the 4 Agreements book, don't take anything personally. It is so freeing when you just let it be, right? It's totally also the Mel Robbins, let them, right? And I don't take any of it personally. I'm okay, they'll get back to me when it works for them. And if not, totally cool. I know the notifications world, I miss things and notifications and text messages and emails. There's a lot going on, right? There's so much going on, even outside of social media. There's just a lot going on in life. So anyways, we get to really step up your marketing game. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to business owners' social media and there's nothing about their business. Now you could argue well, I'm not utilizing my social media, but why not? If you have a big money goal, we get to leverage every single asset that you have, that you are pouring time and energy into. Now, if there is a social media that you literally just go to and you don't want anyone to know that you're there, and you're not posting and you're just literally that's where you go veg out, that's a different strategy. But if you're at all networking, talking, connecting with people, sharing things to your feed, we need to make sure that we are leveraging that asset. Okay. And so there's a lot here, and I'm not going to be able to cover everything. This is where you coming into our mastermind, where we can go deep. Marketing does not have to be hard. Marketing does not have to be time consuming. It does not have to be complicated. You get to be consistent. More than anything, your marketing is not about the instant gratification of instant likes, instant sales. If and when those things happen, awesome. But the whole goal with marketing is when somebody learns who you are, they can go to your Facebook, they can binge watch a few things like you're doing with this right now, and they can get to know you a little bit more, and therefore also your product, your program, or your service. They may hear about you on a radio, right? Like maybe you have advertisements happening there. Maybe they're at a lunch and someone's like, you need to really look up Nellie. Like she's all about helping moms, right? You just never know who is talking about you or where else you're promoting that then somebody comes to you on another social media platform, or they stumble upon you like because of the algorithms. This has happened to me where I stumble upon somebody else and then I go to their social media to look at it, to binge their content. And when they do a really like even just a decent job, it works, right? And so you get to utilize your social media platform and platforms, like depending on where you're spending your time, and really leverage it from marketing your business. And it's not just saying what your product is, what your program is, what deals you have going on. It's so much beyond that. Like that is just one pillar. And this is why I'm like, we don't have enough time to talk about all of this, but in 2025, if you've got a big money goal, we get to up your marketing game. And if that is not something that comes easy to you, then you've got to hire some support. Like just trying to fumble your way through it is going to be long and painful and confusing and hard. Okay, so reach out to me. Would be happy to talk to you about that. When it comes to networking, we can leverage Facebook groups. We can leverage in-person events. There's so much we can do with networking. Who's already following you, who you're following, all of those things. You have a bigger network than you may even realize. And us focusing there first can be the fast pass to your big money goal. And we can create win-win opportunities. You can get in front of other audiences. Like you could be at your big money goal so fast as you want. And it can be fun and impactful and you can change so many lives. And the coolest part about the big money goal is it's not just about the money. Years ago, I was at a conference and the person on stage said, if you want to change a lot of lives, go build a big ass business. And I couldn't agree more. Like, it's not the only way to change lives, but it's a huge way to change lives. And people value things more when they pay for them. You can get things free and still value them, but there's something to be said about when you pay for something, you value it so much. And that can help create the transformation that somebody's really, really desiring. And so I really want you to think about how you're upping your marketing game to reflect the big money goal and how you're upping your networking game. And the most important thing is your effort will lead to the big money goal. If we aren't putting in the proper effort for this big money goal, we can't be really upset that we didn't hit it. And the more effort that you put in, it will absolutely pay off. And it may not be in your timing, but it will happen, or something better. So shout out to Kristen O'Rourke with Busy Mom Bod for sponsoring this episode. Marketing, networking. If these are things that don't come easy to you, like I said, please, I'm a resource. I'm here to help. This is where I've got resources galore for you. But at the end of the day, you doing it is going to help you get better at it. And just meet yourself where you're at, but you digging into these two categories that are connected, so the marketing and the networking, will massively help. Because you can have the most life-changing, big energy and high-income skills, but if no one knows, then you're just going to be a really happy person that's not really fulfilled and like hitting their goals, right? But you'll be happy. You'll have lots of energy, which is still really great. But if you have a big money goal, then I'm guessing that you want to hit it. And then you want to like hit the next one. So Kristen, thank you so much for sponsoring this because we need a lot of energy. Make sure you check out Kristen with the Busy Mom Bod for all things healthy living and let her know that we sent you. All right, I'll see you on the last one.